And what in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
My health. I came to Casablanca for the waters.
The waters? What waters? We're in the desert.
I was misinformed.
He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
You're tearing me apart!
What?
You say one thing, he says another, and everybody changes back again!
It's the Al Travis Show. Senator Karin Housley is getting way too comfortable with this gig. So I go, 20 seconds, we're running in 20. She goes, okay, and I go to push the button, and then I look up, and you walked away. It's like, oh, I got time for, I don't know, dusting or something. What do you walk up and walk away? You scared the bejesus out of me. Hi, thanks for being here.
I had to go get my lip gloss. I can't do the Al Travis Show without my lip gloss.
That's my motto, too. Okay, 11 rapid-fire questions. Second one. You ready?
Oh, we're starting with the rapid fire out of the gate.
We're trying to make you guys human, and that's what we're trying to do. So here's your human question for the day. And I actually think, I'm going to be honest, Senator Mark Karan, I think, loved this question. I thought it was probably as excited as I've seen him get. So here we go. Senator Karin Housley, one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I talk about this one meal a lot, and I say
Really?
I wish I could just eat it every day, but I do not eat carbs anymore. I have been like keto diet for 10 years, no carb, no pasta.
No
and
fun.
Spaghetti and meatballs is my all-time favorite meal. I could eat that every single day. I love it so much, and I don't. It makes me so sad.
Well, you're crushing
It will be my
yourself. Why
last
not?
meal.
Okay.
It will be.
Okay, that works. That's sad. Okay, then, because not that I'm glad you're carb. I'm not glad you're carb. You got to enjoy life as you go. I don't do this. But when I was going to ask you this question, your husband and I were this close to becoming best friends this week because he could like me. You don't know. But Facebook seems to think that they have two common friends or something. So they suggested it, and I came this close to pushing the like button, and saying, let's be friends.
That would be a friend request.
Yeah, the the friend request. So I'm that close to doing it. I'm like, no, I don't want the two streams to cross, the end of the universe. I didn't want to become best friends with your husband. I think that would ruin our thing here. Is that a good call, or do you think he can handle it?
I'm going to grab his phone when he's sleeping, and I'm going to friend request you from his phone, and he won't even know what happened then. So then
it's like all of a sudden Al just shows up every day.
One post a year that he wishes me a happy birthday. That's about all he posts. Okay. That's it. So he's a real fun friend.
Well, I think I got to the end of the friend list that they're to the point where one human and that person. I'm down to that. It's no longer a group. Hey, 50 people you went to high school with. And not that. I'm down to these one-off connections. That's how lame it is.
I can hardly wait till you're friends. You guys would enjoy the golf course together.
I think so very much.
I don't know if your Facebook friendship is going to bring you that tight, but golf course.
I'm fun on Facebook. Oh, I'm good times. Let me ask you this: what would be his last meal? What is, if you could eat one thing? What's Phil's big thing? And I'm thinking it's a steak. I just think he would. Yeah,
it would be an akaushi steak. He talks about that all the time. He's actually going to go to.
Is that a restaurant or is that what kind of? Is that a type of cow?
It's like a fancy Chinese cow, I think. I don't know. It's they massage the cow so the meat is so much more tender. Yeah, it's akaushi. He's actually going to go get
that is too funny.
Hamburger for me to make tacos tonight. And I'm like, I can really just eat like 80% fat hamburger. With that. No. It would be a steak.
When your kid grows up and you say, what are you looking to be? I'm going to be a cow massager. Somebody's getting paid to do that right there. They're just, that's a little weird.
Yeah, it's, and I don't know. We're going to have to, next week, we're going to give the definition of akaushi beef.
It's like Wagyu or something, I suppose, right? Wasn't that the big one for a long time?
Wagyu, yeah. Okay. Only it's like the massage therapist has another license that is a notch up.
Oh, acupuncture for those cows. Let me ask you this, though, because Karan said this off the air. I probably shouldn't share it a lot because I didn't ask if I could. But he had mentioned hamburger, just having hamburgers. You can do so much with it, cheese on a one-time nut. He went with hamburger, and I don't deny him that. But he goes, Al, why do you think I didn't just say steak? I mean, the top notch of the burger world. And he said, because unless you go to a really great steakhouse, you're really 50-50 on getting a good steak, right?
Oh, he's so right.
I know. So Chris something Firehouse,
Ruth
Chris. always a good steak, right? I've been there 2-3 times. It's perfection. But if even I'm making my own steak and I know what I like on it, it's like 50-50 shot it's going to taste like it should. And that's why you can't go steak for the rest of your life.
That's true, because half of your meals would be crappy. Or you can just throw a bunch of stuff on there, and I do miss quarter pounders with cheese from McDonald's. Oof.
So you got to stop missing stuff. You got to. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, we can talk about anything important. The question: you go to a restaurant with Phil, my buddy Phil. That's what we call him from now, my buddy Phil.
Okay.
You go to the restaurant. They hand you the menu. Do you read like every item? My wife will. To make sure she doesn't miss every item has, in case this one's better than that one, I will open up the menu. Seafood there. I like that. That sounds great. Close menu. I'm done. I don't want to question myself. Are you a searcher, or do you just know what you want?
No, and those searcher people drive me crazy.
I know. Phil's a searcher,
they
isn't he?
So long. We get seated, and the waitress comes over, and Phil be like, "We're ready," and she's like, "Oh, for drinks? No, we just want to give you our whole order right now. We're ready."
See, that's the best way.
We
that
know
is so
going
good.
in exactly what we want, and not even because we read the menu. We just kind of know what we want.
Good for you.
So, and there's those people that will actually go online and look at the menu ahead of time before they go to the restaurant, so they can really process it and know what they want to order. No, I am not that person. We always split a salad when we rotate who gets to pick which salad, and then I usually get like a shrimp.
You're a Caesar person, aren't you? You're a Caesar salad gal.
No, I don't like romaine lettuce. Ever since I saw one of those specials where you could get whatever the salmonella poisoning, I refuse to eat romaine lettuce. I'm a spinach or a kale, and I know you don't like kale, but iceberg is my favorite. My favorite. Here's a tip for you: do not buy the bags of lettuce. If you buy a head of iceberg lettuce, wash it up and chop it up yourself, it lasts like 2 weeks if you put it in a Ziploc bag instead of buying those bags at the grocery store. Because
they got to be, I agree with you 100%.
That's the crispiest lettuce ever.
Iceberg. I like iceberg. Okay, that's fair enough. Nice conversation. I got to get off the food stuff. People are going to kill me. Got to ask you this question.
Senator Karin Housley.
Well, you're fun. You were more than willing to play the game. Senator Karin Housley and my buddy Phil. That's the new name of this. That's what we're going to call this segment from now on, my buddy Phil. I'm going to go to break early, but I'll lead you with this question so you can figure it out on the other side for me. So supposedly the big, beautiful bill in Washington is going to crush the budget of us here in Minnesota, right? That whatever they're taking off, yada, yada. We know that the Department of Health and Human Services told Minnesota Department of Education, this transgender girls thing, we're going to come look at you. We're going to take your funding away if you're going to keep doing this. Minnesota Department of Education was told, get rid of the DEI or we're going to take away your funding. The free college thing, now there's attorneys looking into whether you can do that. If this stuff happens in the next week or two, I presume you guys no longer have a balanced budget. Do you automatically get called back in, or is it one of those things we did the best we could when we got it, and now we'll just live with what the consequences are? Let's talk about that on the other side with Senator Karin Housley on the Al Travis Show. Good.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Chanhassen Dinner Theaters brings you its most popular show of all time, Grease. You'll hear all your favorite hits from the Broadway musical and the movie. Join the whole gang at Rydell High. We'll sing, we'll dance, we'll bring you back to high school life in the 50s. Poodle skirts, bobby socks, the soda shop, and drive-in movies. Grease! It'll rock your socks off. Order your tickets today. Visit chanhassendt.com.
nice to know a guy that knows a guy. Al Travis.
Yes, it's Al Travis and Senator Karin Housley and my buddy Phil. Appreciate it, Peter. I'll get it worked out. I'm going to get that guy with the voice to make that cut. That'll be good. Senator Karin Housley and your buddy Phil. Real quick, the question was, with all the things that Minnesota has pretty much thumbed their noses at Trump about the DEI and the transgender stuff, and we've all said we don't care, we're going to do it our way. I thoroughly, right now, having watched what he did to Iran, believe he's more than willing to cut the spigot off for the money. So if that stuff happens, Senator, are you automatically brought back in because the budget no longer balances, or what is the procedure?
Well, I was mulling it over while I was watching you talk to your producer. And I was like, I wonder if we would go back in, because we would lose a huge chunk of money if he does that. But I don't doubt President Trump would do that also. And, he's given us plenty of warning. Even when we were legislating, we knew that this could be coming. I keep watching Fox News. Like, is this big, beautiful bill really going to pass by July 4th? Like, do you think
and what it does for us is drive me a little crazy. I'm probably more conservative than you, so take that. I don't like the fact that we go another $3 trillion in debt. I don't like the idea that, the Doge, everything Doge brought up. I didn't find one thing Doge brought up, from Sesame Street and Iran, all the other crazy crap, that just doesn't, it's on the list. You're gone. You're done. I would have liked that, and they didn't. So I'm not thrilled with it. That being said, if we don't pass it, everyone gets a tax increase, right? So you got to pass it.
I keep watching, wondering, and then of course I'm following the Elon Musk tweets too, which is kind of sick. But I said to Phil the other day, can you imagine being like a super successful CEO of Best Buy, and now you're a U.S. senator, and you're in Congress finally, and you've got this prestigious job, and you're talking about passing the big, beautiful bill. Like, who names it that?
That's Trump.
It's just,
that's Trump.
The craziest. You couldn't even write the movie. So if Trump did do that, and I don't doubt that he will just cut us off too. I don't know if we would go back, or if we just wait till January. We'd have to do something, because that's a big hole that we have to fill. So, and I don't know how we would do it. That would. Well,
he changed the shooter changed everything, right? Because I think Walz was saying, if we got to come back to get fix this, because big bad Trump, he was already talking about having a special session if that happened. But currently, I presume, well, he can, but he won't, because do we have to call now a special election for the Hortman seat?
Hortman seat. Yeah, he's going to have to call that, and he's going to definitely want that seat filled before anybody goes back into session. So I don't know. I'm sure they're which I was thinking that too. It's so sad that we even have to talk about filling that seat and making it political. This morning I thought, I wondered, do we have a good Republican candidate that maybe would have a chance in that seat? And then you want to erase that thought, because it's just too soon, and so sad that.
It has to go on, and at some point everybody's going to get back to business. I would tell you that I said on Friday, we seem to be doing really well. Republicans and Democrats both not politicizing this thing. There's some influencers or whatever. I got it. They're going to do what they got to do. But when I saw the pictures of the president and Kamala going and visiting and being there, and it had to have all the extra security and all that to get those photos out, it hit me that we're back in the game again, right? What I mean by that is, when Oprah would give away the cars, drove me crazy. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car, and then I'm thinking, and you're going to write it off as a business expense, so you don't pay taxes on it, because you gave them away on the show, and you told everybody you did it. I'm telling you, if those two wanted to meet Hoffman and go to the funeral, I would have loved it very much if it was never pictured, right? And it would just go do your thing. Be the guy. Don't give me this selfie shot and say, see, I care. That bothered me quite a little bit, quite frankly, because I don't know if they even knew those people.
No, I don't think the Hoffmans ever met President Biden ever before. And that was a little weird. Although, what else does Biden have to do right now?
Well, Kamala's in the same boat. But that's back to politicizing it, right?
Yeah.
You could have went and you would have went, I want to meet the guy. He sounds like John's a great guy. Go to the hospital, shake a hand, take a photo and say, please, just keep that amongst you and your, once we start putting it on Facebook, for me, it cheapened a little bit. I'm sorry.
Well, I think, because I think it was Yvette Hoffman that tweeted it, wasn't it?
Well, I saw hers, yeah.
So we'll have to ask John when you get him back on your show, when he's back being a regular, if he comes back.
Oh, he's coming back.
Is he coming back?
I will force him. Yeah,
Okay,
she
good.
says he's out eating now, walking a little bit. This is what I read online. So
Yeah.
he's on the mend, and we'll get him here. He's emailed me. On the same line, though, getting back to political, the story, a week ago was that Walz was above water when it came to Minnesota, but the story this week is, oh, wait a minute, did a poll, and he's not. He's underwater as far as running for governor for a third term. Is that enough to push him over? Can he think, I just need a couple days on the trail and I'll get it back? Do you think Walz runs for 3?
I think he does run for 3 because I think his national profile is not that great. And I think he really did want that more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even when he's traveling to these other states, I don't think he's getting humongous crowds. So I think that's telling him that's a no-go. But I think he will run for a third term because he in his head, I don't even think he sees those polls. And I think he thinks he's at like 80%. I really do think he thinks he's that popular. Yeah.
Put your Democrat hat on, though. Doesn't that do something? Right now, if he were to say, I'm out, I've done all I can for my country and walk, you have the lieutenant governor who could then say, okay, I'm not going to get beat up against Smith in this race. They could, or,
Oh, you think Peggy Flanagan would jump out of the U.S. Senate race and run for governor?
Which he wanted originally, but the governor kept saying he's thinking he's going to run, right? And they have the little falling out. So, yeah, my point is then you're going to burn 2 very decent candidates on that U.S. Senate seat. And then who do you put in there now for governor? You know what I'm saying? If he does this that way, he's blowing it for at least one of those 2.
Yeah, for Craig. Yeah. I guess I didn't even think about that, but that would be 2 candidates that could do those 2 spots. No, Walz is going to, and every time I make a prediction, I am wrong.
You're wrong.
So which would be great. I'm going to say Walz is going to run for a third term, and let's hope I'm wrong.
Okay. Then let me put this on the Republican side for you real quick. So we are always waiting for the bench to clear when the session got over. Session gets over, obviously, and then all this happens. So no one's announcing yet. How long do we find out which senators or representatives that have some history behind them, some name recognition, are going to jump into any of those seats or for the race?
I think, because I do know a couple that are jumping into some races, and I think they were waiting until after July 1st because that's when some revenue cycle finishes for campaign fundraising. So they wanted to start July 1st. I think July we'll start hearing from some Republican candidates. Not me. Not me.
Because you're going to announce that here, so people just keep listening. She'll announce it when you come in. Senator Karin Housley and Buddy Phil. It makes it perfect little lawn sign. I like it. I like it a lot. I got to go.
I think Buddy Phil would really like Karin to just walk away from all of this, and Senator Karin's like, no, I really still love my district and I like doing my job, so you're gonna have to hang on a little bit, Buddy Phil. Yeah,
you're the best.
He would like me to golf with him and take up your buddy spot and get out there with that.
Oh no, we can't do that. You're not allowed with the guys. Okay, we got to fly. I'm out of time. Appreciate you. Do it again next week.
Yep, we'll see you Monday.
She's Senator Karin Housley and Buddy Phil on the Al Travis Show.
If it's your turn to host a game,